Hi everyone. Happy New Year. I'm Elise Says Another Truth on YouTube. I hope you're doing well and you're taking good care of yourselves. I hope your weekend will be restful and recuperative. Today is just a personal video. That's what I have for you today. I don't have anything content-wise related to the usual suspects or any topic at this point, though my topics have been shelved because I'm going to repurpose them for some things that I'm working on in my own work in my community, wherever I can fit those things in. So I'm not sure what to do at this point other than I'm just going to wait off on the usual suspects content, and hopefully there will be some content that is different and interesting that I can bring up. I also don't have a lot of time to do that right now. There's some things that I'm doing right now that will continue to that will need continuous work, and I'm focusing on that and developing myself through to certain type of resources like classes, trainings, and seminars. Some stuff I'm reading on my own in terms of going to my local library and picking up scientific papers, reading books, doing these necessary steps so that I can be a better, what I do in my work, to be a better professional in that area. Additionally, I have a second project in a different part of good government. So, well, I should say it's government adjacent, and that requires a level of research and attention as well, because I want to do well. I want to do well for my community, be a better co-worker, and all of that. And that requires time. It requires my energy. So, needless to say, I don't have a lot for talking about uh, the usual suspects type of material, though I hope to get back into it soon enough. Just one interesting piece of information. It may not be of interest, but my children, my adult children, went on vacation, and they went to see a live taping of the Tamron Hall show. Actually, Tamron Hall's shows, I think, are taped week in advance, but there was a live audience in it. And it just so happens it was on the topic of people pleasing, so they did get to see different prominent people and regular people experiencing people pleasing. Especially, they saw Ginger Duggar. What I mean by they saw Ginger Duggar Volo is that she was one of the panelists for this discussion, since her book about people pleasing, her own experience with it, I guess, made it to the New York Times bestseller list, or is on top of it. And she's discussing that. She discussed that in some of her experience. So it's kind of interesting. My kids are quite fortunate that they get to travel and to participate in the greater world, not just locally, but in all other places. And I'm really happy for them that they get to do that and get to do these exciting things. That's what I want for them, and it makes me happy that they get to do these things and enjoy themselves, and take trips together, travel together. I'm so happy for them. So that's pretty much it on my end. My mental health will always be there. I struggle with stuff every day. I'm not ashamed of who I am. I'm not ashamed of having my issues. And I do whatever that I can to work through them as I'm working on things in the public and working on myself so I can take care of myself a lot better. It's always a struggle, but it's important, needless to say. Um, while I am doing well, and I'm doing very well under the circumstances, I still feel stifled by a lot of things. And now I have to really use my direct voice. And I think that's important. And I guess in the process of doing these things, I'm a human being. I'm going to make mistakes. I hope that with my careful mindset and my thought, I can put up my boundaries where they need to be put up and then accept compromise where that is appropriate. That has been one of my main struggles because it's either all or the other. And I realize it's a lot more, life's a lot more complicated. It's not black and white. I've seen that play out in people who don't struggle with that. And, but I think that there has to be some clear definitions on things. There has to be some clear understanding on things. And in time, I will master that as I work on it on a day-to-day basis. I mean, that's all I can say about this. I can't say any more. But if you've ever been through that, I'm sure you'll understand. I am lucky. I do work with some wonderful people, and I feel like I work with amazing people. They work very hard. They believe in what they do. They are what they do. They put their heart and soul into it. And I don't expect people to do that all the time because you really need to have a life of your own. And even me, I have my own opinions and thoughts. And while I have to act based on the betterment of others, I do have opinions that might conflict, but they have no purpose of being in the matter of the community because the first responsibility is what's best for the community. But believe me, I have my thoughts and opinions. It doesn't mean that I don't think people deserve rights or access to resources, or to be treated with dignity in a public office, anything like that. I mean, I want what's best for everybody, but believe me, I have my own opinions about people who make some stupid decisions, and it really annoys the hell out of me. But there's a time and place, I guess, where to express that. And it's difficult. So, what are your plans? On Monday, I have an event to do, a community-based event. So my focus is on that. I will be enjoying that, being with people who are amazing, doing great work, being with my community. And that's important. For me, that's important. I think that's the best use of my own time. Plus, I am a representative of a um, community-based committee. I want to be there as a source of support, show visibility that we exist, that we do take our duties very seriously. And the fact of the matter is, it affects all of us. And I don't know, I think since I've really been in my role now for nearly a year, a lot of my agoraphobia symptoms have dissipated. I think we're living in more difficult times now, and there is a lot more to worry about. Um, I'm just speaking from my experience. I'm not expressing the lived experience of anybody else. People are entitled to talk about their own things, but in my situation, my agoraphobia has really dwindled down. There are some things I still have struggle with, but I don't have any problem partaking in socializing um, in public arenas, because that is essentially what I'm supposed to be doing in my work anyway, and being a presence in that. So I think that's a good thing. I think that if I'm going to do this type of work, which I am, now I'm doing two separate things. I have to be public facing because that comes with the accountability. Uh, it comes with establishing relationships, building trust. Those things are important to me. They're very important to me, but the work has to be done, and I have to be honest in my intentions. All right, so with this said, I'm going to close. I hope to come back soon, and I hope that you'll take good care. You have a great weekend, and enjoy yourselves. Lots of love. Bye-bye.